Hi, this is my account of Pennine Way National Trail trip that I took in May 2021, starting off in Edale and ultimately finishing in Kirkyettholm. Please stay with me in this part one as we go from Edale up to Middleton in Teesdale.
So I'm just arriving at Jacob's Ladder. This is the first pretty tough climb, I believe, so that's just ahead of me. Set off from Edale at about 2 o'clock. It's now 3 o'clock, so it's taken me an hour to get to Jacob's Ladder. The weather's quite nice, overcast, not too hot, so I'm heading up onto Kinder. I'm getting up a bit now. That's the Edale Valley back there. So I've just walked up Jacob's Ladder up that little trackway there, and the way ahead just up towards those rocks by the look of it, and then I'm on to Kinder Scout. So far so good. Quite often there's these big slabs that you can avoid what would previously be a very boggy walk, but these slabs are everywhere. It's pretty good underfoot, although some areas are a bit wet at the moment, but manageable. Right, I've reached the top, and there are some lovely views. See right down there to Manchester, just about.
So having dropped down off Kinder Scout, I then found a nice little campsite just off the snake path at Ashop Head.
So I've just come down off Bleaklow, come along that edge there, and now descending fairly steeply, and that's the view as the showers pass through down to that reservoir. And I think the route will take me up the far side and somewhere up over there, and then off up yonder. Just had a longish walk up this valley, so I'll just show you the route. So you can see Torside Reservoir down there, and away over in the distance is Kinder, and the path takes you up this valley here, and then up this ridge and along here. So it's gone 3 o'clock. I'm kind of up on the tops again now, so I'll see what the situation is regarding camping. Whether I camp on the tops or get down on the other side a little bit, just see how my legs are feeling. End of day 2. I found a reasonable camp spot up from Torside Reservoir down there. I've had something to eat and a couple of cups of coffee, and I'm going to go and wash up because I've got a stream down here. Absolutely done in today, actually. It just shows how big a challenge the Pennine Way is. But anyway, I'm here, I'm resting up now, see what tomorrow brings. So this is me just setting out on day 3. Without looking at the map I can't tell you exactly where I am, but I'm on this fantastic slabbed trackway. I guess the previous Pennine Way walkers would have had a bit of a struggle going across this open moorland, but now the track has been very much improved, as you can see. There's a growth. So I've just arrived here and you see quite a lot of evidence of burning. This is Marsden Moor, which a couple of weeks ago fairly serious moorland burn. You can see how damaging it is. Anyway, my trail goes on up yonder. I think it's time to get the waterproofs on. We'll just have a look at this for a storm system coming in. I've literally just found somewhere to camp on the top of the moors next to a reservoir, and it's just about to hit me. Look at this. There's the tent. Oof. That is not looking too good. I think I've just found somewhere to camp just in time. Right, time to get organised. End of day 3. That's the storm hitting. I've literally just got the tent up. I'm desperate to try and find somewhere to camp, but anyway I found somewhere. I don't know how I'll whistle that. Then I'm going to get my teacup. Well, last night turned out to be a real stonker of a night with thunderstorms, lightning. Felt like it was right above the tent into the small hours. Anyway, kept dry alright, and I'm back on the trail now. This is day 4 and I'm approaching Stoodley Pike, which is just up there. Stoodley Pike above Todmorden. So I'm just heading down into Hebden Bridge. I've taken the Hebden Bridge loop. I need to get some supplies down here. So I'm just following this rather steep track down into the town, and that's the town of Hebden Bridge, and just see what there is down there. So this is the location for today. I'm just camped by these reservoirs. Found a bit of a flat spot here on a kind of part of the drainage network for the dam. So tomorrow I'll be heading up that direction towards Top Withens. So here we are, it's day 5 and I'm just crossed over the tops and have arrived at the Top Withens, which is over here. So just coming up to Top Withens at the head of the Hope Valley, Howarth and Oxenhope, places like that, better known as Wuthering Heights, made famous by one of the Bronte sisters. Can't just remember whether it was Charlotte or Emily. I can see there's an information board, so I'm going to go and find out. Top Withens, the story of a South Pennine farm. It's a solid looking building. So this is day 6 and I've just left Thornton in Craven. I've been walking for about an hour. It's about 9:15 now. As you can see, it's a bit overcast, but I think the forecast is to stay dry. And I'm out of the moors for a bit now. Makes a pleasant change not walking in big open expansive moors. We're in kind of rolling pasture land, as you can see around here. Sheep and lambs, trees, another day on the Pennine Way. I'm just on the course of the Leeds-Liverpool Canal as I head up towards Gargrave, walking along the canal towpath, which is very nice. Just coming into Gargrave now, hoping I can find somewhere for a cup of tea, but as we're in eating out only, outside only, not sure if there's going to be much available, but we'll see. Hopefully get some shopping here as well. I need to stock up on some food supplies. So Gargrave, here we come. I'm just picking up a great panorama. There's Gordale Scar up there, and then just coming round between the trees with a little bit of sunlight on it, you've got Malham Cove, and I've got about another mile to Malham, and I'll see what I'm going to do after that. Well, you may well have seen this on geography field trips, but I'm above Malham, and just over there there's a little tarn, Malham Tarn, and this is the outfall from the tarn. Plenty of water flowing down here, but then if I turn the camera around, it just disappears. Absolutely nothing. So we're at a place called Water Sinks, and the water just disappears down into the subterranean systems of the limestone, and then comes out at the base of Malham Cove, I think. There's a sizable amount of water going down there and just disappearing. Oh, I just love these trees, look at them. Look at all the moss on them. They're coming into leaf as well just now. Very nice, very peaceful. Look at that, there's actually ferns growing up there, look. Wow. So it's Friday the 14th of May, day 6, and I've found a really nice camp spot at last, having walked on past Malham and past Malham Tarn over there, where there's lots of no camping signs, and I found this place up on Fountains Fell. There's a farm just below here, and I happened to catch the farmer, and he is okay with me camping here, so shouldn't be a problem. And I managed to get some water from there as well. As I mentioned further back, a lot of the stream beds on this limestone country are dry, so I was kind of really struggling to find anywhere to camp that also had a water supply, but I found some, and it looks like a great location. The weather's improved just now this evening, but I believe tomorrow might be a little bit changeable. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Anyway, time to get a brew on and get something to eat. Well, this is day 7 on the Pennine Way, and I've just come down off Fountains Fell, and I'm heading now towards Pennine, which is just behind me over here. Yeah, the skies are looking a little bit overcast and leaden, and I think it might start raining on us, but we'll see how far we get in the dry. So far the walking's been really good. Looks like the route goes up onto that little ridge there, and then up the steep bit, and then down across the other side. That's the theory of it anyway. Right, let's go.
Well, as hinted at in the pictures just before, the weather did deteriorate as I went over Pennine, but I dropped down to Horton in Ribblesdale, found somewhere for a cup of coffee, and then continued on the trail until I found a wild camp next to a beck, which was ideal to end that day with.
So this is day 8, 16th of May, Sunday, in the rain on the Cam High Road, heading in that direction towards Hawes. The good thing is I've got a light pack because I've run out of gas and food, and I suppose the upside of that is my pack's light. The downside is it's Sunday and I'm not sure what kind of things are going to be open in Hawes, whether I'll be able to get some more gas particularly. So far a lot of the villages, Horton and Ribblesdale, everywhere seems to be closed, but We're coming towards the end of the staged lockdown Monday onwards, so things might start to pick up. So first glimpse of Hawes, just down there, and I assume behind that shower cloud that'll be Great Shunner Fell, leading over to Muka. Morning, this is day 9, Monday, can't remember the date, but I'm setting out from Hardrow near Hawes, heading up to Great Shunner Fell and then down to Thwaite, and possibly, if all goes well, going to head up to Tanhill. At the moment the weather's good, but it has been very wet recently. Forecast for a bit of rain here later on. Let's see how we get on. Well, that was a long, steady plod all the way from Hardrow over there, up this ridge. Nice and steady though, and got to the top without getting rained on. There's a handsome looking cairn up here. I'm going to have a sit down and have a little break and yeah, get some water. I didn't really stop on the way up. It's just nice to get into a pace and keep going. But how's that for a top? Benches and everything. I'm not sure if the camera will do this any justice, but there's the most fantastic view down this dale here. Let's have a look. Just the way the light is, and the little barn there with the larch trees and the valley beyond. It's a fantastic little bit of the trail here. I'm just traversing around Teesdale, heading towards Keld from Thwaite, and this track just kind of traverses round the edge of the hill, and you've got these fantastic panoramic views into the valley below. So that's kind of looking back. There's some very thundery clouds. I've heard some big claps of thunder over there. A great section of walk this. I've really enjoyed today. It's been really nice walking. And there's our marker sign. I find the signposting is very good on the whole. Haven't really got lost at all. So yeah, Pennine Way to Keld, third of a mile.
Well, I think I'm playing a little bit of the fool here, but it was definitely a long day as I staggered at long last towards Tanhill.
Well, good morning. I think it's day 10. I've just left Tanhill about 10 minutes ago, and I'm beginning to get an understanding of what the Pennine Way must have been like maybe 20 years ago along its length, before the grit stone pavers were laid. This is Slatehill moss, and it is incredibly wet. Admittedly, there's been a lot of rain recently, but it is definitely over the ankle deep in places. You can see there's like little posts marking the route, but ironically the road isn't that far over there, so I guess you could follow the road a bit and then cut across, but sticking to the route, it is very, very boggy. Well, that's the path continuing there, but there's this sphagnum. Maybe it might swallow me up if I try and go across there. Maybe in drier times it would be okay. Oh dear. I'll have to go back a bit, see if I can get around it. Well, Slatehill moss behind me. From Tannhill up to now has been an absolute terror. There's just no proper footpath and it's absolutely saturated. There's one or two little sections of boardwalk, but they're almost like a token gesture really, and some are just randomly placed, it seems, because there's just bog and morass all around. Anyway, it's an area I won't be coming back to. So it's at this point we have a parting of the ways. Behind me you can either go down to Bowes, the Bowes Loop, or the more direct route over towards Cotherston is over here. I think I'm going to go this way. Well, I'm just coming up to a place here called Lowberk Hat farm, and it's a place where they made a documentary back in the 70s about a lady called Hannah Hawkswell. She lived on her own there as a farmer, and she had a very pitifully meagre existence. I think she lived on the proceeds of one or two cows and things like that. She went down to the reservoir here to get her water, and she became a little bit of a sort of celebrity really, and subsequent documentaries she travelled to quite a few places in Europe. Obviously the place has been done up to modern standards, but when we get nearer I'll show you the farm itself. So welcome to Lowberk Hat. So this is where Hannah lived her life. Well, that's a sight I was looking forward to seeing. Middleton in Teesdale at last. My feet are sore and wet, although I've changed my socks about an hour ago, which has helped. But it's really nice to get down to Middleton in Teesdale. That's the end of this particular section for me at least. Tannhill across the most wet, trackless, boggy moors. Anyway, stop complaining. There it is. Suck it up, as Darwin on the trail says. Middleton in Teesdale, here we come.
Okay, well that wraps up the first part of the video from Edale up to Middleton in Teesdale. Please hang in there and I'll post another one, part 2, showing the Pennine Way from Middleton in Teesdale right up to Kirk Yetholm. If you found any value in this video, enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, a like, and it really helped me if you could consider subscribing to the channel. Please leave any comments below and I'll try and get back to you. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.